بغبغی خودشون میکنن دیدید یا کریم اومدن لب دیوار وایستادن و همون بغبغی خودشون میکنن دیدید پرندگان رو
بله.
یک گفتگوی کردن میگه امام باقر هم همینجوری جواب.
Okay, this is about Imam Bagher. Okay, that Imam Bagher, correct me if I'm wrong, is the 5th Imam in Shia Islam. So Shia Islam has 12 Imams. This is a story about the 5th Imam. I think he said Imam Bagher. Didn't he say Imam Bagher? Somebody's saying live chat Khomeini is Ayatollah's dragon. Yeah, it's the Kharisi. Okay. Okay, so this is a story about Imam Bagher, the 5th Imam in Islam. Okay, and apparently he was going bak, like, I don't know, like the way he was making bird noises. Imam Bagher was making bird noises.
با همون زبون اونا خیلی من تعجب یکمی گفتگو من بعد به خاطر از
like the host of the show, like, what can we say? That's very strange. Yeah, so apparently Imam Bagher was speaking to birds in the same way, like he knew their language. He was speaking to birds.
کافی آدرس دادم که معتبرتر آدم مثلا من بعد به خاطر از
Okay, so the host is actually having doubts about this. Like, well, I don't know what to say. It's unbelievable, right? So I think that this mullah guy noticed that, yeah, this is sounding some ridiculous, a little bit ridiculous. So he reminds the host that this is in the Coffee book. Coffee is like, you know how Sunnis have 6 hadith books that are supposed to be superior to other hadith books, the 2 most important ones being Sahih Muslim and Sahih Bukhari, right? For Shia Muslims, I think the most highest, like a lot of people think the highest authority book when it comes to hadith in Shia Islam is Nahj al-Balagha. But Nahj al-Balagha is mostly celebrated for its poetic features, right? I think the most authoritative source of hadith in Shia Islam, the book for that is Coffee. It's called the book is Coffee, right? And Coffee means complete, okay? And he's saying that this is from that book, so don't you question it. Oh my God, ew! I'm not gonna. We got a super chat, so we're gonna have to. I have to read this because it's a super chat, okay? But I don't want to read it. Varun, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Varun is saying, will drinking Khomeini's urinal productions cure AIDS? I don't know. It's too late now. He's dead, so there's no way to experiment on that. These saying, yeah, this does sound like a lot like Solomon. Like, do you saying Muhammad spoke to ants and birds? No, that was Prophet Solomon. Or Solomon in English, Solomon in Arabic. Yeah.
کافی آدرس دادم که معتبرترین کتاب روایی ماست.
Oh yeah, he's confirming this. Like, so the host was having doubts, and he was like, this is like the highest authority source of hadith for us, so it's there, so shut the fuck up. So basically, don't you dare question it.
با این پرنده های امام باقر علیه السلام صحبت کردم 2 پرنده پرواز کردن رفتن ما همینجوری.
Okay, so the riwayat, the saying in this book talks about Imam Bagher talking to 2 birds, going bak to the birds, and the 2 birds flew away. Okay. By the way, I think Sunnis will have a huge problem with this because this is an imam doing something that I think prophets are supposed to do. I don't think like this is like Shias attributing feature. Like even with Khomeini, I think a lot of the Sunnis would hate what Shias are talking about Khomeini or even these imams, okay? Because these are miracles, and imams or mullahs are not supposed to be miracle workers. Only prophets supposed to be able to do miracles, according to Sunnis, right? So a lot of Sunnis will look at this and they would hate this. What they would think like this is shirk, or this is attributing prophet like a status to imams that the imams don't deserve. Like, because even okay, here's how miracles are supposed to work according to people who are understand Islam or very like or closer to what or the original Islam is supposed to teach. Okay, I mean, I agree with the Sunnis on this part, right? If you do miracles, miracles are never done from the power of the Prophet himself. Okay, because if you are doing anything that looks like magic, and if it's from your own powers, then that's magic. That's not a miracle. Okay, and magic is haram in Islam. You're not supposed to be able. You're not supposed to do magic. That is like a magician's. Being a wizard or a witch is punishable by death in Islam, right? We were told like, or not by death, by one strike of a sword. One strike of a sword, and if the strike of a sword kills you, well, that was your punishment. But if you survive the one strike of a sword, then you get to live, right? But you get one strike of a sword if you're a witch or a wizard, right? So when prophets do magic, it's not magic, but when they do miracles, okay, it's Allah doing the miracles through them. So it's not, it's technically it's not Muhammad that is doing the miracle. Like when Moses, like when he throws his cane on the ground and it turns into snake, it's not Moses doing that, it's Allah doing that. It's just Moses is just the way in which Allah is choosing to show his miracles to other people as a way to show people that this is my prophet. Okay, so when you claim that any of these imams are talking to birds like Prophet Solomon did, or like Imam Khomeini, I don't know, that some had dragons protecting him, or like what you're doing is that you're making them in direct is communication with God. Okay, because Allah does miracles, not the prophets. And when an imam is doing miracle, then the connection that this imam all of a sudden has with Allah for him to be able to do miracles is something only reserved for prophets, because prophets are supposed to be in touch with Allah. Imams or khalifas or whoever comes after are just there to do to keep this, protect Islam or do whatever they're supposed to do, and from whatever human capacities that they have, right? So you can't. This is too much for Sunnis for you to be able to claim that. I mean, if an imam is doing miracle, then why are you even calling it an imam? Like, if an imam is doing miracles, is that not a prophet? Like, what's the definition of a prophet? Like, we have sayings of Ali being in direct connection with Allah himself as well, getting vahy from Ali, from Allah. And what does that mean? Like, is that like, if you're getting vahy, if you're getting revelations, if you're doing miracles, then you're a goddamn prophet. And if you're you're not an imam, you're a prophet. And if you're a prophet, what does that mean? Isn't Muhammad supposed to be the seal of the prophets? He's supposed to be the last prophet. So this is pretty insane. Like, from a Sunni standard, this is all pretty insane. Yeah, sorcery. Like, yeah. So if the source of the miraculous thing is yourself, is your own power, is sorcery. If it's Allah, then it's a miracle. Yeah, Sufis are also Sufis are also a lot like Shias when it comes to attributing a lot of miracle work or magic with. Yeah, okay, that's another. Susanna's saying, what can I say? Shias be shirky. Yes, true.
مونده بودیم که چی بود چی شد.
All right, so the story was like Imam Baqir spoke to these two birds, and the birds were like and then they flew away. Okay, and the people were like asking Imam Baqir, what happened? What did you say to the birds?
امام رو کردن به من که میدونی ماجرا چیه؟ این دو تا کبوتر یه جفت بودن.
Okay, so the Imam Baqir, once those two birds left, Imam Baqir explained to people who saw that these two birds that I just talked to, they're a couple. Okay, they were together, right?
یعنی زن شوهر به تعبیر بنده.
Okay, and he's like meaning that they're husband and wife. Okay, so he's like confirming that they were not boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, they were not committing adultery. Okay, this was like a halal relationship between these two birds. They were married. Okay, these two birds were husband and wife.
یه جفت بودن، زوج و زوجه بودن. در نبود این کبوتر نر، وقتی نبود توی لونه و حالا مثلا جای دور دست رفته بود، وقتی برگشت به کبوتر ماده شک برده بود.
Oh, okay, that's very interesting. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so he's saying when the husband bird had went away and then came back to their nest, the husband bird was skeptical of the wife's loyalty. Like the husband bird suspected that maybe the wife bird had cheated on him. Okay, so he was, so he was suspecting something, and that's why they came to Imam Bagher.
که تو مثلا با یک کبوتر دیگه ارتباط داشتی. اون
Oh yeah, so the husband he was suspecting that he was in relationship with another male bird.
میگفت نه من ارتباط نداشتم. اینا حدیث رو دارم عرض میکنم.
And the female bird was like explaining that no, this did not happen. I had no relationship with any birds. And now he's like reminding us, by the way, this is hadith, okay? So like don't laugh at this. Like he's like, this is in hadith. Like I'm telling you something that is authentic hadith. Okay, so this is part of Shia Islam. You cannot is part of scripture, okay? So secular, right? Like no effing way. Yes, this is Shia Islam. Okay. So then I say, are they going to stone the wifey bird? Well, we'll see. Okay, let's continue with the story. Okay, so he's reminding us that this is part of scripture.
مردم حدیث تو کافی اومده.
He's like, people, this is in Hadith Kafi. Okay, so this is scripture. This is like, you can't deny this story.
بعد کبوتر نر قبول نمی‌کرد. کبوتر ماده بهش گفت اگه بریم امام و باقر.
So what happened next is like the wife kept on telling the wifey bird kept on telling the husband bird that like I didn't cheat on you, and the husband bird would not accept this. Okay, so what the wifey bird said is that if we go to Imam Bagher and ask him,
بگه قبول گفت اگه ایشون بگه قبول.
If he asks Imam Bagher and if he says that I didn't cheat, would you accept his word? And the husband bird said like if he says it, of course I would accept. Okay.
اومدن پیش من به زبونشون بهشون گفتم اوی کبوتر
So that's why these two birds came to me, and I told the husband bird,
خاطر جمع کبوتر مادر.
I told the husband bird that don't worry about it, be at peace. I can confirm that the wife bird has not cheated on you. And then okay, so he solved the situation. Okay, by the way, I don't know how he knew. How did Imam Bagher knew that the wife bird did not cheat on him? Okay, does he have like, is he aware of like every single bird's infidelity? Like, does he like just see like what birds are doing at all times, or is it just birds? Is it all animals? Anyway, so he like Imam Bagher solved the situation by confirming with the husband bird that nobody's cheating on you. You're just imagining things. Okay. Yeah. So, by the way, it also confirms that birds like recognize the authority of Imam Bagher, because if he says my wife hasn't cheated, then obviously this is Imam Bagher. Like, so even birds. So I think that's the point of the story. The point of the story is to show that even birds God recognize the authority of Imam Bagher. Like the nature itself recognizes his authority. I think that's the point of the story. He's like, no, I mean, a little birdie told him. Okay, so birds be snitching. Yeah, okay.
از من پذیرفت رفت. بعد امام رو کرد راوی فهمید که برخی از مواقع این پرندگان بیشتر گوش میدن تا شما.
Oh, okay, actually I was right. Okay, because then Imam Bagher turned into the people and he said,
امام رو کرد راوی فهمید که برخی از مواقع این پرندگان بیشتر گوش میدن.
Like it seems like birds listen to what I have to say more than people, more than you people. Oh, so like this is the point of the story. Like people were not listening to Imam Bagher, they weren't following his commands, and this story is there to show like, look, nature, even birds listen to me. How come you guys are not listening to me?
Hey guys, if you want to join these streams live, get your comments and questions read by Ali and Armin and the guests, and most importantly, to get full access to the full video versions of all these episodes, become a patron. Link in the description below.